Okay, so we were just doing an exercise and then we had some new discoveries and we wanted to share. We wanted to talk and just have a conversation.
Okay. What I notice is that we are all with each other to heal our past. And if we don't work on it through communication and like these imago skills, imago therapy skills, then we'll never discover it. And no matter what happens, the relationship's really not going to get better. I'm never going to feel complete. And we'll end up leaving each other.
Communication skills, you mean?
Yeah.
Communication skills for couples or resolving anything between two people.
So, so what I noticed from the exercise that we did about recreating each other and hearing each other during the exercise and hearing in real time what you're upset about of specific behavior really helped me. Once I tell you what I heard you say and you acknowledge that I got you, that it really allowed me to look at the behavior, because I'm not really defensive. It's not like you're screaming at me about when I do a specific thing. It's an actual exercise. And how do you see it helping us?
How do I see it helping us?
Yeah. How's it work?
Just that you're, you hear me and you're listening and you restate what I said in your words as much as you can remember what I said and how you interpret it, and that shows me that you understand me. And so then I feel understood, and that helps me let it go.
And for me, not knowing really ever in our 5 years, knowing that like when I would come upstairs and you're busy and you've been waiting for me all day to do something, a project together, or
not all day, but like
well, you know,
a certain amount of
I
time.
mean, yeah, and you're up here and you're busy. And then what'll happen is I come up and I see you're busy and I just run downstairs.
Yeah, like I'm not available anymore, and it's like I've been waiting.
Right. And here's the cool thing: if you were to just come down and yell at me about that, I just would have shut you off, not listened to you. We wouldn't have gotten anywhere about it where we are right now. I feel I am right now in understanding you. So you came downstairs, said we're going to do the imago therapy, and we worked on that particular experience right away.
Yeah.
So, you know, what I heard you say is that when I come upstairs and you've been waiting for me and you're busy, I leave. And then how did that make you feel?
You want me to recreate the exercise?
Yeah, a little bit.
So I was pissed. I was like, well, I've been sitting here, you know, for half an hour or so. I was meditating and I got into doing something on my phone, and he was downstairs and he came up and saw that I was doing something and immediately ran. He said, oh, she's not available. So he ran away. It's like, hello. We had plans to do something, and in particular today we had plans to do a communication exercise and to do a video, so it's all perfect. But in the moment I got really mad and frustrated, and I wanted to rescue him, or wanted to like go chase him down and say, yo, hello, we had plans, what are you doing? I was just waiting for you. But I was frustrated. I was really frustrated and hurt and annoyed and sad and a little confused and disappointed, because I want to accomplish goals with you. I want to create things and make things happen, and I have long-term goals. And in order to create the long-term goals, we have to be able to do something simple as a plan. So.
Right. No, I hear your frustration, and what I want to express now that we did the exercise, that what I never saw before or heard before from you or understood really, was that when you run after me, part of the exercise is you're supposed to say it. One of the last pieces of the exercise is, when I was a child, this reminded me of this particular behavior.
Right.
And what I heard you say is that when you were growing up, your mom and your dad were never available for you at all.
Right.
And then the last piece of that was that even when your mom and dad was there, they still were not available.
Right.
So what I loved about this exercise is that, like, I had a chance to understand, in that moment, feel your pain of what it was like for you to be looking for your mom and your dad. Mm-hmm. And how I recreated that for you in that moment. And then when it was all said and done, and I told you how I said to you, you must have, there's another piece of the exercise where we ask each other to, tell us what were our feelings? And I said you were probably sad and angry, frustrated.
The empathy, like what the experience might have been
right.
like for your partner.
So that's what I'm doing for you. And at the end, the bell that went off for me is, first of all, I never knew that you felt that way before. And we never really did this kind of an exercise so that I got fully where you were coming from. So without the exercise, nothing gets created and nothing moves forward. We stay stuck in that abyss of our childhood patterns.
Right. And we stay stuck in the unknowing, not knowing our partners, not being intimate, not being related, not communicating, just having resentment, feeling shut down, feeling like you want to just distance yourself and, we're just not going to talk about it. We're not going to bring it up, and it never gets resolved, and then there's no closeness. There's nothing that gets resolved.
So with all that said, one of the things that was really exciting for me at the end of that, and part of one of the books that I want to write about personally, for me personally to write a book about, is, or we can do it together, I'm not sure about where this particular experience of recognizing through that exercise in that moment that it's a miracle that we are together, because the healing PTSD of the past, the traumas that I had and the traumas that you had, are so similar that because we have that deep love for each other.
And that's why you gravitate towards someone, because you have similar dynamics of your past.
Right, and that I was able to say, oh my God, not only do I love her so much for expressing to me an experience that she just had with me and getting it, I can also see, like, as soon as we were done, I said, oh my God, like, that's me. Like, I'm the same way. I'm always waiting for Dad to come home. And so rather, as a child, my dad didn't come home. My parents got divorced, and I was waiting and waiting for him forever. So what I love about this exercise is it not only helps me understand you, but it helps me deepen my love ultimately for me, because I feel like I'm healing me in that exercise, as well as listening to you, and you're healing you in hearing and being heard.
Exactly.
So what did you say about communication?
It's important.
Right.
Communication is everything when it comes to creating intimacy and being in a partnership, and any relationship. We are human beings, and we have different thoughts, we have different brains, we have different reactions, we have different ways of viewing things and interpreting them and responding to them, and we have different ways of processing our feelings. So communication helps to get rid of the unknown and the confusion and resolve things and just get right to it.
And it ends the pattern of me coming up and seeing you busy or me coming downstairs and being mad and staying in my head and distant, and then I want to know why we're not making love at night, or why are we not cuddling, and you're still mad from the morning, and I'm still mad that you're busy whenever I come up. So we have our own stories.
It's a lot of drama.
It's a lot of drama. All right.
So, yeah, so it's a good way to end the drama, and it's a practice. Yeah, it's really important to practice. Stick with it. So,
Sounds good to me.
all right.